Hello everyone, it's Barbara, and this is today's crystal grid. I am playing the crystal singing bowl that is for the heart chakra. This is going to charge up all the crystals, the grid, me, and everybody watching and listening to this video. So this crystal grid is for joy. When I was talking to my spirit guides this morning, yes, it's Tuesday and we normally do this on Mondays. I just couldn't get to it yesterday. So we're doing it today. And I talked to my guides and I said, okay, what's the theme for today? And 3 times they told me joy. Joy, joy, because a lot of people these days are not working on joy. They are working on survival. They are working on existence. They are working on putting up with things. And we need to remember that we are here to live and to experience. And joy is a part of that. And we can find joy in the smallest things, which is why there's tiny little bits of clear quartz here. So we can find joy in the smallest things. And as I was sprinkling these little clear quartz crystals on the grid cloth, all I could think of is, I am so glad I don't have a cat, because a cat would have a blast with this. But that made me laugh and it brought me some joy. So we need to find joy even in the smallest things. I walked to the post office this morning and there was an older gentleman getting out of his vehicle and we exchanged good mornings and he said, "Isn't it a beautiful day?" And we had this little impromptu conversation that, these days they're kind of rare. So it brought joy to my heart. Again, finding joy in those little things. So today we're going to talk about using a crystal grid for joy. First of all, we set up the intention for the grid. I talked to my spirit guides. They said the theme is joy. Okay, so as I'm setting it up, I'm thinking joy. What brings joy? I know you can't tell, but this is a Metatron's Cube crystal grid cloth or altar cloth. This is a crystal wood knot made by my friend Mike. And he brought it into my shop yesterday and it instantly brought me joy. So this had to be our centerpiece. And part of the reason I'm using this as a centerpiece is to show you that you can use anything in your grids. Okay? This is permanently affixed to this wood. So not only do we get the benefit of the amethyst, we get the benefit of the wood. The wood can be very grounding. It connects us to the earth. So we've got amethyst, which is a master healer. Trees are master healers. The whole purpose for trees being here is not just to provide us with oxygen. It also transmutes low frequency into high. Yes, it transmutes pollution into clean air, but that's on a 3D level. On a 5D level, they transmute low frequency emotions into higher frequency emotions. For example, joy. Joy is a high frequency emotion. So again, we have amethyst and we have the wood. Next, we have the tiger's eye. And there's 6 of these towers around the amethyst. And tiger's eye is very grounding, but it's also very protective. It's all about integrity and practicality. This, it resonates with the lower chakras. That's where the grounding comes from. But it kind of like if this is accelerating, the tiger's eye is kind of like, hey, be careful, not necessarily putting on the brakes, but just, all right, we're just going to be safe now. We can go 180 miles an hour, but we need to be safe. This is what they're saying. So then the next we have for our anchors here, we have rose quartz. And we all know that rose quartz is a stone of unconditional love, right? It's not just romantic love, it's love between friends, it's love between family members, it's self-love. So we've got love anchoring this because love should anchor our joy. And rose quartz can also help you increase your self-worth. Once your self-worth is higher, you can start living that joy. We have lepidolite. There's 4 lepidolites. There's 2 on this side and 2 on that side. And the lepidolite, that helps get rid of old behavioral issues. And when we get rid of those old behavioral issues, we can bring in the new. We can bring in the joy. So they're sort of anchoring the front and the back here to help us get rid of the old baggage. The clear quartz, little pieces like I talked about earlier, those are amplifiers. So they're amplifying the joy and sending it out in all directions. And then the last, we have the 4 towers of rainbow fluorite. And this helps with our concentration. So they're going to help us focus on bringing in the joy. So all this together is all about bringing in the joy. Bring in the joy. Allow us to experience the joy. Let us feel the joy. When you make a crystal grid, remember, you are the one that makes the rules. You can put anything you want in there. I have had Hot Wheels cars, I have had chocolates, I've had feathers, I've had smudging products as part of my grids. It's whatever the intention is. You set the intention first, and then you go from there. And you just put in there whatever feels right. And as far as a grid cloth, use whatever you want. Use grandmother's tablecloth. It's up to you. You make the rules. So many times people ask me about, well, I need a book for that to make a grid. No, you don't. You didn't need a book to decorate your house. So you don't need a book for this. You just set your intention and go with that. All right, so this is our grid for today. It is the grid of joy. I thank you for watching and listening. And it is my intention that many of you will create beautiful crystal grids in your homes and raise the frequency wherever you are, because then we have an amazing network of high frequency, positive energy. I love you guys. Have a blessed day. Namaste.